Alabama has a proud history of agriculture dating back to the 1800s, and over the course of the next 200 years, it would only get better. Even though the state of Alabama has been a proud provider of sustenance and materials for the majority of the United States, it hasn't been without challenge. In the early 1800s, the main staple of the state was cotton, but at that time, mechanization, rural to urban migration, and crop diversification had altered Alabama agriculture. Because of this, there was no big demand for cotton, but the following events of 1812 and the defeat of the Creek Nation that all changed. Settlers started coming from North and South Carolina and Georgia, being pushed by land exhaustion through the overcultivation of cotton, and many were drawn to the rich soil of the Tennessee Valley and the Black Belt. This led to Alabama being the prime provider for cotton for the whole country, and Alabama being called the Cotton State. In the 1890s, the South was struck by the infamous boll weevil. The boll weevil, second to the Civil War, was the most influential event to happen to the South. When the boll weevil arrived in Alabama in 1910, the farmers' first reaction to the weevil devastation was disbelief and despair. Officials attempted to warn farmers ahead of time to the weevil's impact, but most would not believe anything could be so devastating until they saw it with their own eyes. In Enterprise, Alabama, you can even find a statue that commemorates the boll weevil with a plaque that reads, "In profound appreciation of the boll weevil and what it has done to the herald of prosperity, this monument was erected by the citizens of Enterprise, Coffee County, Alabama." You can truly see that this epidemic taught a lesson to the people of the state. Given this tragedy, farmers were still able to bounce back from this experience. Many decided not just to rely on one cash crop, but to have a diversity of crops. About 82% of Alabama's annual agriculture production is generated by livestock products. The other 18% comes from crops. With more than 43,000 farms spread across 8.9 million acres throughout Alabama, averaging about 206 acres in size, the Yellowhammer State flaunts its strength in agriculture. Alabama farmers have always found a way to improve and innovate when it comes to agriculture. Today, the top 5 farm commodities for cash receipts are poultry, cattle, greenhouse, and sod. After what I've read, history has taught me that farmers of Alabama over the course of the last 2 generations have adapted to changing times, to overcome adversity, and learn from their mistakes. In 2019, Alabama will commemorate its 200th birthday. It is an unprecedented opportunity to experience and explore the state of Alabama. With that, we will be able to explore our history and culture. We the youth are the next generation of Alabama farmers. Studying history is important because it allows us to understand our past, which in turn allows us to understand our present. Understanding where we came from is a key and important part of understanding who we are as a person. I am proud of my state's long history of hardworking farmers who have improved our lives so much. Over the course of the last 200 years, Alabama's agricultural landscape revolutionized due to the obstacles put in front of it. After looking at Alabama's past, I think it is now time to look towards the future. One of the state's goals is to increase agriculture, agribusiness, forestry, and forest products industries' contribution to Alabama's economy and employment by 10%, from $70.4 billion to $77.4 billion, and employment from 580,000 to 638,000 Alabamians by the year 2020. This is no small feat, but I am sure Alabama is up to the task. There are so many possible ways to go, but Alabama agricultural system chose to go straight up. I know I won't be around in 200 years, but I am sure that farmers will take Alabama to new heights. In confidence, I can say that Alabama will still continue to grow and get better.